Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Vanilla extract, a natural dessert with chocolate flavored center, water, sugar. Well, he said that before.
There's cake in there, there's not an ice cream bar.
Corn syrup, cocoa. Oh, that's the same thing again. They got it all written up.
Back in.
Hydrogenated soybean, cotton oil, caramel color, salt, cocoa.
Yeah, maybe John can move down there a little bit. Then we're just gonna shoot the bow here a little bit.
Artificial
So
flavor.
you see what you got here.
What are you doing, taking movies?
Yeah, just see whatever. I need John down a little more.
How about that there?
Mary, I need you right on the end by Pa, or Ma's gonna be right in that corner by Pa. Yeah, we'll get over by there. Yeah, so everybody's kind of in that corner over there. It worked out good. John is be the end.
Even just a glass of water standing by.
Oh, hey, we should get that jug of that bottle of
bring
wine.
that cooler because we got beer and wine coolers in there.
Yeah, we better go and get that right away.
Well, Dylan will get it when he's
No, he can't. It's too hard to lift out of that.
he's gonna just let that sit there.
Oh.
I
better go.
I can go out the back.
Go the back way.
How about
Sets
getting?
it on.
We can't drink wine now because you had too much.
Well, so we have it set in here.
Well, we're gonna get Frankie's jug that's down in the basement yet. There's one down there for
Well,
how
we
many
don't
years?
take that tonight.
Oh.
This one doesn't go on.
Can you get through? You're gonna have to walk around.
No, I'll go. Get it.
I'll,
You got a key?
I'll have to walk around. I got the key. I'll meet you out in back.
Okay.
Yeah, I just need some more light back in there, Ma.
It's too bad, ain't it?
Like, you got a light.
How
in
about
that
your
room?
how about in that room? Is any? Yeah, that ought to do it.
That should
I
be
got a
okay.
flashlight.
Oh, I was gonna shut this, but that's my dirty room.
No, that's fine. That looks nice.
That's your sewing room.
Yeah, just as Edith and John are the farthest perimeters, so we got to be in from that point there.
Right.
I got Edith and John in there.
All you need is a light as a background. It doesn't face the room.
Yeah, there.
I
Okay.
don't clean that much because I sew.
I'll meet you outside, Paul.
You see my blue jean pantaloons, didn't you? You did. Yeah.
Those pillows you made are beautiful.
Yeah, the pillow.
The ones
Yeah,
you
I
made
got
today.
one here. There's one in the car there, so Dale can take that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah,
Because
use
I got
that.
one there ready to stuff.
That's beautiful though. Those are so soft.
I like them since I've been.
Yeah.
Oh, I got.
They're, s-
Oh, take it through there
they're so simple.
I was gonna show you the washboards.
Oh. Well, you can show them as soon as the film is over.
What film was he gonna send? Show?
It's just a film. It's recording everything.
But we were gonna see that shop. He was gonna show that, but they were watching that football.
Yeah.
Forgot about it.
That's right. You don't have a VCR.
No. My stuff is sitting around like they show in the magazines. Everything is sitting around just crowded.
In other words, you can't show what you took.
You could have. Not here. I'm by Andrea. She's got a
So you
VCR.
have to have a VCR to put the
But
tape
we don't
in.
have that. No, we have one. Randy put the movies on the. Playing with the baby and it go around.
Yes, that's something. That is really something.
Each one's gotta have a glass standing like this. My goose glasses.
What amazes you is when they take the film, and years ago you had to wait 2 weeks to get it back, and then there was no sound. You had to
Take it
sit
over.
there for
The
sound.
refrigerator.
Let the fridge.
Just
Let the fridge.
turn it on and
We should
6
put some.
months later, you can
Put some.
put it in, it's just like it
Where's the
happened.
pop?
And you just crazy red.
That,
Here, have this standing.
oh, snap. You want some beer?
Here, get some wine.
Coolers for you. What else you got in there?
Sundance.
Premium light berry. You ever eat that stuff?
Yeah, I did.
That's that.
Wine
That's
cooler.
sweet though, aren't they? So
That's
sweet.
Andrea gave some wine cooler.
That's sweet. That's sweet. sweet for y'all.
Now we're gonna continue our conversation about up
Who
north.
was drinking that? He made wine last.
Did he? What kind?
Great.
Right? Like a burgundy, dry or sweet?
Dry. There's a dry one. And then he sweetened some.
The thing is, you know, like the sugar in there and check, you know, how much.
What's that jug of root beer you have?
Right up there. Take it.
All the sugar went there.
Get it out because, oh, I can't handle my hands.
Percent alcohol in there.
Drop
And it's dry.
That cake was half of it
How did
later.
it turn out?
Beautiful, as far as I'm concerned. I'm telling you, that color is clear. It's settled
It's more
down.
strong though, isn't it, than regular
It's
wine?
It's got more alcohol.
One glass like drinking a bottle, isn't it? There's your-
Okay, then put that in the back
It's got
room.
such a nice color. Then I went to the liquor store and I'm looking at this bottle, you know. They're kind of muddy, like, you know, like, you know.
Yeah.
Mine is real clear. Got that clear color.
Anybody want root beer?
Put that away, Lorraine. I don't have enough right
No.
Then I
Can't
add-
hear you.
Over there, very much want to soft the chair here.
No.
Over here.
That don't make no
Sit down.
difference.
I think you
That
should
don't
put
make
that
no
root
never,
beer
you
on.
mi- that don't make no never you mind?
No, that
Okay.
don't make no
Another
never mind.
thing is, if you want to have it a little sweeter, all you have to do is
Either
boil
get one.
sugar and water and add a little
Move over, Pop.
There we go. Yeah, move over,
Oh,
Bob.
Put that over there.
this way. Move over so he can get in the film.
Yeah.
They can't see Dale.
That's
There's
fine.
your
We're
root
good.
beer. Well, Dale can get
There.
a bottle.
Oh, I don't know if I
This
want
is
this
nice.
beer.
I
Special
didn't say
egg.
open it, we're not gonna open it, we're just sitting
We're
here.
just
You
playing.
want one? You can
No,
hear,
you want extra?
you can
Special
hear
extra?
you on there. You want a beer?
I don't know. No, I'm fine right now.
Soda?
No, right now I'm fine.
I don't want
Just
nothing
that
either.
age is young, huh?
It's just to show that we're drinking here.
You want some more? Hey, you want some?
Cheers.
Did you want some? Next twist those off. John wants some.
No, I get that.
Can
This stuff.
opener. Where's the can opener, Ma?
I don't want.
I don't want any. What you want?
No, later on maybe.
There you go, one.
I'll split one with you if you want, but I
What?
don't want.
I'll split a
One of
wine with
these?
you though.
That's a
What do you
fruit
want to
drink.
split?
I'll split a wine.
That's a
with you.
fruit drink.
Wine? That's a
That's-
fruit drink. That's
There's
not a
There's
wine.
no alcohol
That's
in
right,
it.
but that's sweet. You don't want that.
Light berry, Bartles and
That's
James.
wine, that's a wine cooler.
Yeah, well, let's
That's
split that.
sweet.
Yeah, well, let's life in a big city. You want to split one?
Well, go ahead, open it.
You want to split it?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
split it.
You want to split one then?
No, we can share it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, open and just give a little
One
bit.
bottle,
Yeah.
we'll share.
First one,
Yeah,
you'll share.
okay.
Or your own.
Is that my own?
Where's
Oh, glass Dale wants.
I'll get it.
I got it here. No, there's none there.
Different deal.
Wait, no, wait, he's getting a different glass.
Okay, yeah, Dale's gotta have one to here with the handle.
Which one
What
you
it
want,
is-
the cranberry or light tropical?
You know what's wrong with that?
What?
That is a sure.
There's a shirt.
You
It's
want
all
some of
in
this
one.
here
His
too, or
glass
what?
is-
You guys want some of
No, I
this
don't
too?
give her nothing now, right now.
How about some of this, huh?
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
want
How
split
about
it.
some of this? Yeah, let's split it.
Ooh,
We'll make it half.
Give me a little bit.
boy, you guys
There you
get
go.
cheap.
I want some.
Well, give it to John. I
John.
don't care, I don't want to eat.
That's enough. Just a little
Let's see
bit.
how this stuff tastes.
Oh, that's a good idea.
to.
Good idea.
Sample, yeah.
Yeah, just keep bringing
Did
them.
you taste yours?
Bartender.
If we don't like that, we got another one there.
What do you think? You're a bunch of drunks here.
Tastes good.
That ain't bad.
That's Bartles and
Sweet.
James?
Not bad.
Yeah, that's that,
Not really that sweet.
light.
It's not really that.
Well, I like Chappelle.
I gotta
That's
show
real
this
dry.
my
Or a
picture
burgundy,
here.
That's
That's
real
it, I
dry.
showed him.
Leon and I.
You see that, you must
Yeah.
have brought it, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was nice.
That's gonna hang in my next house, not in this house.
Oh, yes, it was.
I got too much other stuff that's gonna hang here.
Hang it up here, you gotta hang that
That's
right on the
beautiful,
first
though.
part.
Where'd you get that from?
A
You got that?
magazine.
Oh, really? Oh, you took it right out of a magazine.
Yeah, that was in the magazine. I got,
But it's
I
so
looked
pretty.
at it, but
It doesn't
when I
look like-
read that, I said, that's
It's so
really-
pretty though. It doesn't
Yeah,
look like
it is, yeah.
Country
Page out of
farm,
my
old farmhouse.
Only it was so humid, it kind of wrinkled inside in our house.
We never see that. I never looked at
No,
that.
No.
No, you don't notice that.
when you see it without the.
Yeah.
You don't even
light
look
in
for
it.
It's
that.
just a reflection sometimes.
Don't even look for that.
Mhm.
What you guys used to do? What were some of the terrible things you used to do when you were young?
No, never did it.
What about the one when Ma? Yeah, what was the time when Bo was chasing Ma down Huckon thing here? She was
No,
running.
what Ma did on Halloween.
That's
We were gone
Their
already.
mother, their mother.
Yeah.
Ma used to put Pa's underwear on and go
And
outside.
snuck out her bedroom window, and then she lit a
It's dark.
fire
Oh,
by
it's
the
dark.
road, and she's dancing there, and the kids are watching. They're
But that's why.
scared.
Why Halloween?
Yeah, but we were gone already. See, Phyllis and John, and I don't know, Rita, I guess, were home yet. And
Oh,
that's what
that's
she
cute.
did.
Well, she did that when we were kids yet, too.
Oh,
I
she used to
remember
do a lot
that.
of things. Well, she
Caroline used to tell it, and Jenny used to do it. And she stick her hands in the window when they went to bed.
Huh?
Best,
time.
best was when we went to Uncle Adam's funeral. Caroline and Nora and me.
From Milwaukee here, they went.
From Milwaukee. We went to Aunt Jenny's house. She wasn't home. How are we going to get in? So, and then Nora find the basement windows open. How she went down there, I don't know. But then we go upstairs. We're going to go to bed. We hear noises. I mean, Nora's in the bathroom. And Caroline got scared. She run in there, run over me against the wall, push me away from the wall. And then we go down the stairs. One right next behind the other. Let's get out of here. So we went. It was early morning, so we went by Evelyn and Benny, and we looked in the pounded on the door. It was early, you know. And I looked in the door. Here comes Benny with just shorts. Did he take off? We had fun. Caroline, we laugh when we tell our kids that. They said, "Oh, you crazy kids." Caroline, we get together and we start telling those things. And then kids get a big kick out of listening to all that.
Yeah.
Well, you were telling me when you moved here from with the trailer?
From Wisconsin Rapids, we moved over
You
here.
lived in a trailer here?
Yeah, Richard's trailer.
The door, the entry was right here, through where this window
Where
is
this
now.
window is.
Oh,
The
You couldn't
floors
get-
were like
You
this.
couldn't open
Yeah.
the door though.
Yeah, the floors are
The
buckled.
kitchen
They
door.
were just
why?
buckled.
Why were they buckled?
Nobody
Nobody
lived
lived
here.
in the stand. We put all this up. That was the best room, the living room.
Yeah.
That's where we slept and ate and everything.
Potbelly stove back in there.
Potbelly right here,
What's
the
your-
old
Right here's the
chimney.
pot
I
Yeah,
belly.
built
but
it.
it
2
used to
years.
be over there.
Yeah,
What was
but
over
then
there?
you-
I was in that
You
room.
couldn't.
He
couldn't-
he put it in there, but when he went to put the pipes up, there's no chimney up there.
They pulled the damn chimney down. You know, right here, there was a part of
Yeah,
it there.
yeah.
But set up the stove, it was late fall. I said, well, we might as well put a stove in there too. And so somebody went outside and where the chimney is, they took it off, you know, but it was up to the roof and then they took the other one down.
But it was working.
No, it wasn't working. This
No,
one here,
not there.
the
It was right in here that we
Yeah.
had the potbelly stove.
This
We
was
got
the
it
stove
from
with-
Frankie.
potbelly stove was right here.
I remember when that piece of chimney was there, wasn't it?
No.
Right here, right here.
Right here. This was an old chimney and a broom closet underneath it.
Like you used to have in the old houses, the broom closet
The
under
chimney
there.
only came that far, and then you had a broom closet here. Years
That's
ago.
where that was, yeah. Then I
Yeah.
took this down
And
and
that's where they had the old crank, wasn't it? The old.
what?
the
For
old-
water?
the
No,
water-
no, in
that-
here, the bathroom.
Cistern.
That was the cistern there.
Yeah, what did he have right over here?
Huh?
There was something sitting right up in here when this window was.
We
Was
had
it
a
over-
table set in
No,
there.
there was a, no, before, when he first came in the house.
Oh, that was the old piss cistern pump was in there.
Yeah, that was in there. That was the cistern, that pantry like.
In the outhouse in the back, a whole
Yeah.
winter.
The other,
That was good.
sister from
Yeah, I remember going to that outhouse when we first came.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, nice, eh? You already had
What?
bathrooms for years, right?
They were at pump,
No, no,
No,
no.
we never, this is the only place we had a cistern pump in.
You know, the kids don't believe me, you know, that we didn't have bathrooms. Remember in Spencer when we first moved there was no outhouse or nothing? We had to go behind the brush pile.
Oh, that was even then where the old farm
And in
by
the barn.
Edward.
Yeah.
A lot of brown grease all over
Had to
it.
watch
You
where
had to watch
step.
where you went.
Where you stepped,
Yeah.
Brown grease
and
all
you're
over.
sliding
Or
around.
not
up.
you go in the barn in the gutter.
Yeah.
That's years ago.
And that's what's stupid. He said, "Now, how stupid that was that you didn't build a seat to sit on, only you're stupid over there."
Or you didn't have a seat to sit on?
No.
You had to stoop.
Oh,
Like you do in China yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
Well,
When Virgie was there, she said they do in China yet.
Her cousin,
Well,
they
in
went to
Thailand,
China.
I think we're Frank, John and Mary went.
Yeah, that was in
She
South
said
America.
there's planks and there's crack between the planks.
That's where it is.
Well, that's where it was. That's what Bridget was saying.
I guess there's water running underneath there someplace.
It's like a pig trough, she says.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is. All
In,
over.
in,
That's
in
a lot
China.
of, lot of
That's what
world,
he said
yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
They do that a lot of, throughout
Says-
the world, yeah.
says it's okay to see, but she wouldn't
She wouldn't advise anybody to go
to
there.
go there. It's really
It's really rough. Well, this year, Heiss went there. Elmer, they went there
Oh,
too,
that's right.
because they had somebody there.
some
There's
missionaries.
so many improvements that you can make without money.
Yeah,
That's it.
People only knew how or something.
Use a little ingenuity. That's all to make a crapper. My God, what does that think to make a two-holer?
Oh, we had in
Or just like, even the outhouses. You know.
Yeah.
In summertime, it stink like mad.
No, not if they're put up right. Not if they put it up right. You gotta build them. You gotta build them things with your
You gotta have that flue up.
from the back side. You gotta have it up there, and you use regular lime. You throw lime in there, and it dries right up. No smell at all.
What's lime?
No, it smells a little bit, but it don't stink so
White
bad.
stuff that-
Yeah, lime.
Kills the
Oh,
smell.
lime.
Yeah,
Oh,
lime.
lime. I
Yeah.
thought.
All I did is I put in the corner 2 boards up and
Yeah.
opened it up on the roof there from
You
underneath
got
the
that?
seats.
Yeah.
And that sucked enough out.
I'll tell you one thing, you didn't sit in there.
In the wintertime,
No reading the
Besides,
newspaper,
when
huh?
you sat on the seats, you could feel the draft pulling
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, I can run around that. The automatic draft, sure.
And that's where Sears Roebucks were made from,
Yeah.
right?
Catalogs, yep.
Yeah, we used them there. And then sometimes when you bought a crate of oranges, they were
Oh.
wrapped in
Yeah, that
tissue
ripped
paper.
that tissue paper, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
the,
that was being
Save that.
that was
really
good.
rich.
Oh, you was ritzy there. But them doggone shiny sheets on the Scissor Roebuck catalog
I
were bad. Shiny. They were last ones used.
Yeah, those are the last ones you used.
Tell me what you missed it on your.
Well, I'm wondering.
The only thing I remember when I was a kid, they used to have oleo,
Oh.
and
Oh,
they
yeah.
used to have the red, the orange
Yeah, that
ball
little
you
ball.
broke
Mhm.
because it was white. When you started kneading
Yeah.
it, it would turn yellow.
Yep, yep.
A little orange ball on it.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
remember
against
that.
the law
Yeah.
to mix it already.
Oh, I remember to color it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to color it.
That's
Yeah.
what,
You
that's
used
the
to
only
bring it up when you came, didn't you? Or Harriet and them two used to bring
Yeah,
it up to
because you couldn't,
Chicago.
in Wisconsin, you couldn't.
Yeah,
get it.
that's
thing.
right,
You
she
couldn't-
used
It
to
wasn't
bring.
allowed in Wisconsin.
Yeah, everybody used to bootleg it
No,
up
but
here.
they made it mixed already, see, but in Wisconsin it wasn't allowed.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I remember kneading. That was so neat to see that orange thing
Yeah.
break.
Ah!
That was really something.
What'd you guys do up out there? Didn't have no roads paved or what?
Where?
What'd you guys
Out in
do
the
for
country?
entertainment?
Oh.
Oh,
We
come
had
on,
lots
you were
of fun.
kids, you mean?
The
Yeah,
kids
what were you
nowadays
for?
got too much
Oh,
stuff.
We
Well,
played
yeah.
tag, hide and go seek.
We had
treasure
picnics.
hunts.
We had picnics in the woods, take our own boards and take wire and tie them to a tree, 4 trees. That's how we had our picnic. And then we ate with the ants and the bees and everything. When Mom went that dive on a creek, she made a boat. She said, I'm going down
Arnold
on
and
this.
her made that.
Raft.
Raft like, and we
No.
cried, she's gonna go down and never come back.
It was not
It
a
was
raft. It was like a
Just
boat.
Oh.
It was not flat. It was.
Well, something anyway
it had
she made.
sides, yeah.
And she's laughing at us.
Stone boat, huh?
We
They went-
made mud pies on that bridge, and that was that was fun making mud pies.
Fishing. She caught Arnold
Arnold.
by the lid.
I caught Arnold by the lid.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then and
Tell them
Pa
about
got the
that.
hired man, and then they clipped it with a pliers.
Yeah, she threw it
Yeah,
back and then
because
threw it
it was a
forward and
barb.
kept jerking on it.
Yeah, I
What
thought
a big-
what
a
the
big
heck
fish.
did it catch? And it was on the outside.
You got-
Didn't he yell?
We must have yelled something because.
You must have got a good look in that day, no?
No, then Ma went to her sister-in-law. That was well, the house was here, and it was kind of kitty corner before that house burned down. I think on that corner, and she said when she came home, she left the kids home. As she came home, and there's Arnold, Lorraine, and they had caught a bunch of bloodsuckers, and they're scraping them like.
When she used to bake bread, how old was you when you baked bread?
Oh, that one time Mom made bread, and they went to the woods, and then
She says.
and I was supposed to watch the bread, and it was in the oven,
raises,
and
oh.
and it raised, and it was going over the side. I was screaming because the bread was burning.
Well, like I said, you know, when it says, watch the kids, so she was watching the bread and it was growing bigger and bigger.
Bigger, bigger, yeah. And oven.
And then one time they went to the woods, and then Evelyn wanted a big kettle. And Jenny went. So Ruby and Evelyn come there, and then she sent me and Ruby out to find Mom and Pop to get a kettle. This is in the wintertime. Snow is deep. Here we go looking in the woods. Where are we going to find it? And then Ruby lost his boots. He's stuck in the snow, and he couldn't go no place. Well, then finally, somehow or other, Pa heard us, so he picked them up, and without the boots. That snow was so deep, and then it just, you know, you couldn't walk. We weren't very old then. She wouldn't go herself. Evelyn wouldn't go. She sent us out there.
Well, I don't know. They used to go out to the woods, but I think they went berry picking when I was 5, and they left me with Harriet. I don't know where you guys were.
Berry picking.
Berry picking, I think, because
They
we.
took you guys and left me with Harriet.
Yeah.
That was a baby.
Yeah, I suppose
And
because
they had that rocking cradle. And Ma said when she cried, just rocked it, rock her. I rocked her, but she didn't shut up.
Shut up.
So I crawled in the cradle with her. I don't know, maybe we were both crying. I don't remember. I remember crawling in that cradle.
Both went to sleep. That was good.
Yeah,
No, we didn't
that.
go to
And
sleep.
Pa used to take it to town to store 6 cents a quart
For what?
for
Berries,
raspberries.
raspberries.
And look what they are now.
Yeah.
6 cents, pick wild ones.
And then 1 year, Uncle Joe and Auntie Anna come there with them kids.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, them kids were lazy. They didn't want to. They,
You might
so
hear, eh?
No,
Yeah.
they wouldn't do nothing.
Yeah,
You
but
had
now-
to do the work.
Yeah.
And when we come back, that Harry lit the straw pot and the chicken
And we
the
had
house burnt.
new chicks.
New chicks and the straw burnt. And here she grabbed him and was going to throw in a fire. Then we screamed.
Oh, but she couldn't find them at first
At
because
first.
he hid in
Yeah.
that oats or something. It was tall, and he just sneaked down in there.
I guess he's getting pretty bad, Harry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's really
Got
bad.
cancer.
I guess.
He has.
Harry.
Yeah.
They say he's
They
really
say
bad.
real bad.
That's what Arnie and Evan were saying. Or Danny. Harry
Who's Harry?
Kostomsky.
Pa's brother.
Remember Esther's brother,
Esther.
Harry?
They were up to the.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were up to the.
Did we see him down?
No.
I don't know. There's
Oh yeah, he must have been at the tavern. He must have been there. Yeah,
Oh yeah, Harry was.
Not
in
Harry
the
Young.
family.
Not Harry Young.
Not Harry Young. The
Yeah.
other Harry. He would bring that girlfriend, you know, always.
Yeah.
Harry Gostomsky.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He was
he
a
was
chubby-
in there because
he
we
worked
met
at-
him a couple of times.
He
yeah.
was a grease monkey. He was at Pabst Brewery. I met him when I worked down there. He worked at Pabst. Yeah, he was a lubrication man. Yeah, take some, John.
But I thought he was a carpenter. Painter.
Oh, he did that on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, carpentry, yeah.
Try that stuff. Maybe that's better, huh?
I'm gonna try this.
What is it? I'll open it for you. Here, you can't open that. Ah, you can't open that.
Hey, listen.
Oh my gosh, listen. He crimped the whole dog on top right off.
But we
No.
didn't have much,
Oh, I
too
knew-
much free time because we had chores
always
to
And
do.
milking and the garden and.
Yeah, there was no TV then.
No.
Radio.
That's what spoils the kids nowadays,
Oh,
the
the-
TV.
Now, pour the rest for yourself.
But what did you guys do? You got, Pat was in a band, the Nightingales, when he met. Did you
Oh no. Hell no.
Oh, no, in high school I think they met.
No.
No, after.
No.
Well, sure, we used to walk that half a mile from
Yeah.
the corner, but then she went to Chicago. I haven't seen her for quite a few years since she went to Chicago.
No, that eggman that when the chickens laid the eggs, you didn't take them any place to sell them. You had an egg crate, and you put your eggs in there, and then an egg man would come around and pick them up.
You know where that fellow's from? Bolt Brothers, right down here in Hills Corners. He used to have the route way the hell up in there. And we used
See
to
the
ship.
one that saw Lorraine's picture, and I think he fell in love with
Oh,
it.
that I don't know. That
Oh,
I
I don't know that.
No, well, you weren't there, but you sent us that nice picture of
Oh, see, and somebody wanted to
you.
come and get her.
Oh, he liked it. He asked all kinds of questions about
Yeah. Wanted to
That's
swipe
first I heard of it.
it. See? Now there you go. See?
Uh-huh.
Probably
Giving
could
my
have.
secrets out, huh?
Hey, probably could have had a rich man now.
What was the
Wow.
words they used back then? Like sparking and spooning and all that
Spoken and
stuff?
sparkling. all
He
that.
don't want to go sit in taverns, but when he would take me out, he sat in the tavern. He took me to the tavern.
Make it drink beer, drink beer.
Yeah.
When the kids were getting older, you know, like 15, 16, at night, you know, after work was done, it's getting dark, they'd walk down the road and meet.
Yeah, and talk and
Sit on the bank by the road, along the road,
Then when they got older, then they used to go to dances.
and tell jokes and shit.
a lot of times we used to go. The neighbors would come in. We
Meet
play
at
tag
houses.
up in the barn.
There was a lot
And
more
when the hay
laughing
was
back
there,
then,
quick,
wasn't
we'd
it?
crawl up on the barn.
Well, they
and
made
all
it
those
houses,
benches.
roll up the carpet and had music and dance and
Well,
have
I
a
mean, when
party.
you were younger, a lot more laughing
They
than
were
today
playing.
kids.
Oh.
They're all
I think
involved in
the guys-
the electronics.
There wasn't all
today.
this, there's an
It was more, it was more
Yeah.
fun.
We were
Oh,
fun,
yeah.
yeah, we
Oh,
had
it's
fun.
It was more
In the
fun than now. Now
summertime,
they
we
sit in
had,
front of the
baseball.
TV with those games and you
Down
never
here
had
at
a
the
You're not
corner,
safe
we'd
to
have
go
little
outside
leagues, the
now.
different
No,
towns.
but I mean,
Years-
years ago, it was a lot, the family was
It's
more.
Oh, it's all
integrated
this.
more.
Yeah,
Oh,
the family
Sunday
was,
afternoon,
because you
they
didn't
used to
have
go to
anything
the
to
cheese
watch,
factory.
just
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
radio to listen to a lot.
didn't have a
guys
radio
that we
either.
played,
No, I was about,
that's the night here.
I know, I
I
used to
think
sew.
that year before Pearl Harbor.
Play cards, yeah.
I used to sew when I was a kid from sugar sacks for
Oh,
my brothers,
yeah.
for you little ones.
66 we played along.
Mhm.
That's what I used to sew when I
I
was a kid.
sewed all the clothes.
Yeah.
Nah, still, and you took it up then, huh?
Well, I
That's
sewed
where you got
for
the
you
sewing.
kids until you started school. I sewed all the
Last
clothes.
time for milking, then we just took off. Went home.
Yeah.
Actually, we walked in Omar too.
No, it was, yeah,
Yeah.
I was at-
My
I was
mom
telling-
used to tell us when they would be courting, they would go walking too, but the bunch of girls like. And the guys found out they were going, so they would stretch string across the road and trip them.
Didn't catch him.
And that, when was it that we had to always, we had to tie a rope around Harriet to drag her to school.
Oh.
She never liked
She
it.
didn't want to go to school, and she just.
Because they had to go across that railroad bridge or something, she says. Oh,
Was it
No,
there?
we never went across.
Right.
No, I
Track-
don't
We went to
remember.
go swimming, then we went across that railroad.
But she, oh, then she went to good though.
But she didn't want to go to school. And she'd cry and she'd hold her breath till she turned blue in the face.
And Frankie again was the opposite. He wanted to school, and Pa had to come. When he saw Pa coming after, he ran so much faster so he could go to school.
Well, they told me I used to run off too.
Yeah?
I wanted to go to school after you.
Oh,
Sure.
but this was in Galloway when Frankie
Yeah.
wanted to
You
go.
didn't have to work
Well,
so
you
much.
kids nowadays don't even want to go near this.
Yeah,
Well, they had to walk. quite a
Ma
ways.
and me in Galloway, we made a covered wagon. You know, Ma helped cut it just like it, but you know they would never give it back to me.
They entered it in
Someplace in there, and I never got it back.
Basically, school was fun at that time.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
We
there's some
played
fun.
baseball and
It
stuff.
was a
You know.
meeting place.
And you learn too.
You learned too because
Gosh
you had
darn
more
it.
kids, more
Right.
grades in one room.
I think we learned more because
Yeah.
we had less subjects, so you got more.
Yeah.
Where's my-
yeah,
But
yeah.
then you learn from the younger and the
Yeah.
older.
Where's that old slate?
Yeah.
Auction, you
See,
know?
Oh, it's in a
when
box
there's-
up
When
there.
there's more
Upstairs,
classes
oh.
in one room, then you automatically you hear what they're teaching the upper class.
Yeah.
If you're in the lower class, you hear all that, and somehow you
They filtered it.
kind of
You
penetrate.
kind of forget and you
when
learn
you go
again.
into that class the following year,
Yeah.
you already are familiar with 50% of it. See?
Which they are missing nowadays. There's too many
And they
kids
were
in a big
now-
old
now they
teachers
got
were
one class.
strict.
One
Yeah.
grade. see?
Arnold
Well, they had more
One
power
grade.
then. They don't have any.
Yeah,
They don't have any
they weren't
authority
afraid of
anymore.
kids. They're sitting there. We had a whole big chairs in the front when you had your class. You went
Yeah.
up to the front, and teachers talking, and Arnold is with his feet and he's touching her hem of her skirt.
Teachers?
The teachers.
One time he had to stand in front of the class with a gum on the tip of his nose.
Oh, it gets you down. But he got on the. We had a blacklist. You were naughty in school. You got your name on the blacklist, and that was terrible.
And who was put on there?
And he
He
was
did.
put on because he put the.
Arnold?
He lifted her skirt down, but he was just playing with the hem.
How old was he? How old was
It
he?
must have been
At
maybe
least.
third grade.
At least.
Really?
At least 10.
And I saw him, and other kids saw him, and you know, but she didn't listen. He's on the blacklist. I know that was terrible. And then you had to write, I think, 200 times.
Oh, that was quite often different things. If you did something wrong, you got to write that 100, 200 times.
So we tried with 2 pencils, and we would write together.
Line up 10 pencils and you.
Or spelling words you got wrong, you had to write.
Yeah,
them.
so
I
many
don't know,
times.
Well, that helped though.
Oh, yeah.
You
Nothing
never
wrong with
write
that.
a word, 100 times. You didn't forget where you said
Yup.
None of you guys had wood, that's all wood furnaces, everybody must have been out.
All
All the wood in the winter.
Yeah.
There was no furnaces, it was just stove.
And-
Pot
and-
belly.
Pot belly, circular, space heaters.
Well, in the school was big furnaces.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
The
different,
teacher
yeah.
came and made the fire when she came to school, made the fire.
We
And
used to
then
go down.
in the winter time, they had like a tub or something on top there because to make the
water.
air more.
Yeah, humid, yeah.
Humid.
The humidity in there.
And so then the kids started bringing chocolate milk to school, and they put it in this water to be hot when they have lunch.
We used to go down, we had a furnace in the school, big one down in the furnace room. And the bigger ones, we'd go down and load them.
Mm-hmm.
Quarter one, 4 foot long.
Yeah, she would
And
send
we'd-
the
we'd-
boys down.
Throw that wood in there, fill the old furnace up, climb or something. And the teacher would say when she could.
The one thing I couldn't understand is they put a furnace in and they burned all that wood, and it's never what you want.
No.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of times if the window's in the right way, there was only a single.
Somehow it just drew that heat up that chimney.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
that
wasted
big
too
chimney.
much. Wasted too much, yeah.
It wasn't made efficient
That's fact.
for circulation of.
And I remember we used to take, and when it get cold, the wind was in a certain way, and that's down gone. It was a big school, Reeseburg School. Then they'd go, they'd move us over into the next room, where the wind was from the other way, so it would be warmer in there. So all the classes would go and double up in the
They never did that when I went.
yeah, we doubled up in the seats and made the.
We would sit with our, in the wintertime, sit with our clothes on.
I know.
Oh,
I
but
know.
we used to. Then he'd get up to now we're gonna exercise. So they'd be bouncing around and waving your hands to warm up. That's a
We
fact.
didn't have no storm windows on the windows, and we had the
Yes.
big windows on one side. There were 7 big windows
Mm-hmm.
across the whole room. See.
No air conditioning either. No cooling. Just that hot.
No insulation in the walls.
But when I first went to school, we had all 8 grades in one.
Oh,
All
no.
eight
Yeah,
grades?
that's where I went. Harding School.
Not Reeseburg State graded that.
Yes.
had it.
Harding School. That was,
Reedsburg
By
was,
Uncle Adams, where they went one
Three.
way and we
Yeah.
went the other
How
way.
did you,
Yeah.
how did you divide learning, how did you learn?
Better.
I mean, how did
Well, she took the class up front, see?
you, you
we
mean
were
each
all in
class
one room.
individually?
Yeah.
Individually for 15 minutes or so.
there wasn't
Oh.
that big of classes. It was small
explain.
school.
Yeah, there was 6, 8 kids.
Then she explained it, and then you
Oh,
went
okay.
back to your seat and you were doing your work while the other classes.
So
Oh, I
All
see,
8
okay.
grades.
I was in a class with 13 kids. Which was, big class at that time.
And as a kid, you heard what was going on up in front. You picked that up, and you knew them from the first grade or second. You learned the third grade already.
Every year you went, you
And
sort
the
of
class-
relearned it.
Class was like 15 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
Took us to the front and explained the
Sit
whole
on your little chairs.
lesson, and then she assigned the new one for the next day. She didn't tell us much of what was in the next day because it was all in the book was supposed to be. Then you had to read that
We did a lot of reading
and
in
answer
school
some of
then,
those questions.
but nowadays I don't think they do much reading.
We had
But in the
memorized,
classroom,
we had
a lot of
memorized
memorizing.
poems.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah, we had
long one, that one,
memorized.
Paul Revere's Ride, Longfellow.
Under the spreading chestnut tree.
Snowbound.
Yeah.
Mine could
The
remember.
village blacksmith stood.
Yeah.
The smithy
With a
was a mighty man.
Was he with large
I remember that.
sinewy arms.
Yeah.
What's that, those what, in the 20s, 30s?
Oh, hell.
25, 30s,
30s.
30s.
30s, yeah.
I was born in 21 and started school when I was 6. 5 and a half when I was 6.
Yeah.
My mother was born in 1920 and my dad was born in 1917.
We started school in 1922.
Were you up in that area too?
Junction,
Sean?
yeah, north of Stanley. Between
We lived way back in the woods, like off the road.
We didn't live in one spot. We moved
We
all
moved all
over.
Usually, no salesmen come
Really?
down there because they never could
We
find
went,
us.
we started around
One time
Spencer.
the revenue were coming.
They were
could not
Colby.
look
Who?
at revenue was.
Oh, the revenue was looking for the moonshine.
And that's where Grandpa
We
come.
couldn't find it, but
And
we had the
Sister
mailbox
Hippolyta,
on
he
the
was
road
bringing
where there
her,
was
and
no
Ma
road
just got
to
a
our
new
house
wash
from
machine
there.
to
So
try.
we just went across
And
the pasture,
Ma says,
Woods there.
oh, she
Yes,
come
ma'am.
tell me I can't have it.
and the road.
She had the
we
wash
drove
machine
out,
outside
like
on the
the
porch.
school or church, we
They
went
come,
the other
and then
way.
she goes and looks in every corner to see if every corner is
And
clean.
they couldn't find it, you know,
I
it was
don't
on there.
remember.
They
That time I
couldn't
remember.
find it.
Oh yeah,
How
that
we
time I
get
can
in there?
remember Ma was saying, and we had measles that time at that,
Plus, you
in
know,
that
You
house.
couldn't see the buildings anyway, it was half a
I
mile.
know I was
out
ironing
anyway.
and the shades are down and I had to iron.
They were asking, you know, the farmers, you know, and
This is,
farmers,
Kobe.
one guy squawked on us, told us
Well,
how
maybe
to
you
get
said,
there.
but when I had them over there.
They come and take your still?
Where the mailbox, it
Quite a
says,
few of us that
go
had
into that farmer's yard and right through, by
And
his
Kobe,
house,
you always
past
had
the
the
barn,
earache
into
and
the
the
field,
ones
he
had
said,
earache.
the road.
Yeah, then we had our
Place.
tonsils out that same time.
Actually, we had to open a bunch of gates on the way. We went through a pasture and field and then pasture again.
They find you? They find the
Yeah,
still?
they found us, yeah.
Not the still though.
Yeah,
It's high.
he found,
When did your mother die?
about an inch in the
10
pint
years ago,
bottle.
isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, whiskey.
How died a year before that?
1981, yeah.
Oh, we
So
got
it
married.
cost
The year you got
$165.
married, I guess.
'Cause
But then-
we were married in '81.
Yeah, but you could have that there for snake bite.
December.
That was
Yeah,
medicine
Right after
you
we
could
got
have
married
gone
in
on.
August.
What is what he said?
Was it
Oh, so
moonshine
she
though?
was alive when we got
Oh,
married.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
But he didn't find you still.
Pa died the year before.
Yeah,
yeah.
November.
I brought it out later, the boiler,
How
Oh.
old was she?
the copper boiler.
She would have been 80 in May.
Oh,
We
the
had a
following
copper
May.
boiler with,
coils.
December, so she was 79 and
Did they take that?
yeah,
a half. I was 81.
30 shame.
see, because we had a lot of whiskey in.
She had 13?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good life.
Because we could have got away
Well,
with
she always
it.
used to say, I'm ready to die.
He says, that was,
She
but
didn't
that
want
was
to live
enough
as
for
long as
him
Grandma
anyway.
did her mom.
The day, one age and two ages.
She didn't want to live
And
that long.
one just came
Well, she
in
was
the house.
bedridden
And
grandma
how,
all years.
Yeah.
how,
Really?
either
Kid-
that guy
girls,
that
daughters,
squawked on
took
us
turns
told
and
us,
taking
you
care
know,
of
how
her.
our house
I really
is.
don't know what was
He
wrong.
says, go, when you go in the front door,
I
there's
don't
another
know
door
either.
across the
Why she
room,
was
go there.
bedridden.
I never asked.
They said that was the pantry, see?
What,
That's where
how'd
the
your mother
whiskey
die?
bottle was.
Just-
She had heart
Did you ever
conditions.
get to find out who it
Went to
was?
sleep
Yeah.
We got it.
That's a good way to go.
with a smile on her face.
You ever get even with him?
No.
She rang a bell, Rita says. She never used the bell. She got it for 50th anniversary.
But we
She
had
rang the
like,
bell, and Rita went in and went, do you want something? And then she's laughing, no, I was gonna see if that would work.
Underneath where it was.
And I said, she must have said, well,
Coffee.
hello, Pa, and goodbye, everybody else.
They might look for,
She was smiling, Rita said. And she went to sleep, and then nobody looked in at her. And next morning, Rita goes in there,
Well,
she looked,
afraid.
she
we
was,
found a copper
and she was dead.
boiler, you know.
So she must have died right after that.
Where they used to boil the clothes.
And Pa had a massive heart
It was
attack.
about this high and
I guess at
oblong.
3-4 after he got in there.
He walked
And,
in the hospital and people were
and it
talking
had a
to the
cover.
doctor.
It had
Never went up.
screw top there.
That was good way, I mean, fast.
Pa wanted to die because he
But,
had friends that
Pa
they
had
take
that
hard
screw
with
top
for
and the
they
coils
couldn't do the
hid
ears
in the
and then
keys.
he didn't want to live
They
that
would
way.
never find it, see.
So when he went fast, which was the way he
So when
wanted
they
to
got the
go.
copper
So,
core this year,
instead of having-
boiler there, and I figured, well, he's gonna be looking for the rest
To,
of
to
it.
go slowly and
So,
Yeah,
well,
take
it's
years.
just a- Get out of the house, so we saved that,
Copper.
so we saved that 13 gallons there.
A moonshine anyway.
Yeah.
But old Andrew Crick, you know,
Yeah.
They never found him. They searched him three times.
North, he's the guy that furnished the money to start Thorpe Finance. But he lived north. How far did he live?
He lived 1 mile east of us.
Was that where he lived, up in that area?
Yeah.
You know where they found his? You know where they found his moonshine stuff?
They never found it. They never found him.
They thought he had a cave under the bullpen. Yeah, in the barn.
It could have been there.
That's what they say.
But the agents never found him.
Oh,
He told us the closest they come here one time his house was off the road, you know, about about the middle of the 40s.
He made a lot of it.
So
Yeah, and he
when
made
he
money.
saw them coming, because they had to go drive across pasture, so they had to open one gate and another gate before they got to the house. So by that time they saw him coming,
Hit it.
Mrs. Crick took that half gallon of whiskey that was in the house.
Drank it fast.
And he threw it in the cabbage patch, which was on the other side of the house, the back door. She threw it out. See, and they were telling us, you know, that they walked around, you know, they searched everything. They walked around, and that guy looked at that cabbage patch even there, and they could swear he saw that upside down bottom of that jug. See. They never went to take a look at it. They figured, well, maybe they just threw it out. It's no good, broken or something. So that's the closest he said he got.
But he made a lot of money. He used to take,
No, he didn't make, he told us afterwards, he did not make money in selling moonshine. He made a little bit, see. And what that helped him is he got to know quite a few people, and he knew who wanted to sell the farm or who wanted to buy one, and he was dealing with farms, and he was making money that way.
and I know Dad says when he was talking with him and with him and his wife, and he said she was telling them all the time, he was just so scared when he'd leave. He'd go take the team, and this is in the winter time. He'd take either oats or wheat to get ground. And he'd put straw on the bottom, jugs on there, and then this bags of oats or wheat on top. He'd go to Eau Claire. Drive clean the hell over the chip footballs and unload that stuff. See that? No, I don't know. You hear so many different talks about that.
You know, we go to that homestead here in McGuanaco.
I
I went in there, they got one of those stills in the basement.
You should see.
Never used.
Well, he must have had everything hidden pretty good.
That's what they claim. He says they found, who bought his place now?
Ronnie Chocos, my
So,
cousin.
see, I don't know, but that's what I heard. He had a cave. He had it under the,
Al Childers is dead, isn't he?
when did Al die?
Gene told me that.
3-4 months ago.
Is
Yeah,
that right?
We went to his funeral.
Oh, Menard. Never knew that Al died.
Didn't I tell you once on the phone? When
I
I
don't
talked to
remember.
him.
I don't know, Gene told me.
But Ronnie Chocos says he can't find where he
Not
got
yet,
It's still hidden here.
Tell him to look under the bullpen.
That's what somebody said. What did they build it in, or what the hell? But he had a
But you gotta have a
Opening.
Stove.
That's right.
For heating it, you gotta have all these coils.
to cool it and to bring it back down and drip.
So you gotta have quite a bit of equipment. You gotta have them jugs too.
We could have that in the backwoods here, pretty nice.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You gotta have space to hide it. See?
Well, you're allowed to make in Wisconsin.
Yeah, you're allowed to make so much.
Sure, you can make whiskey. You can make.
Yeah, you can make
For your own use.
Right.
Yeah, but the book that he's got for winemaking says you cannot give it to anybody.
You cannot give it.
Just for your
Yeah,
own
but
use.
somebody can be here and take it from you.
Yeah.
Don't give it and put it out on the table.
Oh, you can drink it with them,
Yeah.
but you, like, I don't know, we could bring a bottle here and
It said in
drink it.
there that you cannot serve it to your friends. That's what it says.
It says,
Yeah, that's what it says.
I know, it says that
How
you
are they
can
gonna
give
stop
They'll
it?
have to serve it themselves.
Well, I tell you, I would never serve it to the friend. I'd make him drink it.
I'd make them serve themselves.
Yeah. Make him drink it.
But they would, there was no way they'd be able to, how would they?
Oh, I tell you,
Only
those
one
guys were.
book, and I got about 3 of those books
about winemaking.
about winemaking, but only one book said that.
Hmm.
The other one didn't mention.
Well, there's-
Even years ago, there was snowstorms even. They used caterpillars to push the snow off the roads. The banks would be high as the telephone wires. And then they'd go to town with horses right across the fields, right on top of the
we
snow.
never had.
That snow was so hard, it got a crust on it, like it would freeze.
Does it, then why is it not like that?
And we don't
now?
get that anymore.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Very
why,
seldom.
Boy, I'm telling you, what time.
Once I've seen it pretty hard, the dogs are running on top and I could walk, but every so often I'm sinking.
Drop through.
Here was the old
Well,
man
that's
there.
usually what happened when it rained and then it was warm and it got real
I
cold. or-
really don't know how it got that crust on it. That
But you
hard
know-
of a
But
crust.
we had a lot of snows in certain winters, you know, where off the field it would blow into off over a hill, see, and it would fill up that hill. It could be like 10 foot deep. If you cut it straight, it would be about 10 feet thick. See.
And it was hard.
Well, basically, yeah, it was hard. A lot of times, you know, they went through with the horses, but you know, those tracks would fill up again. So as they were going, they packed it, and then the horses actually went that high too.
You know,
But they packed it down there. See.
Yeah.
we used to go across, one have to cut the neighbor's fence and ask him first, though. And he's, okay, but fix it.
But then in spring, when it got good and wet, warm days, that snow kind of got soft. And if you drove your horses in there,
They go right down the bottom.
you had to dig them out with a shovel.
Well, we used to take,
But that was only spots like that, you know.
we used to go ahead of the horses and break the snow down. Otherwise, they'd jump and they'd jump
Oh, yeah,
like
they'd
that.
jump.
And they'd cut the skin on the front of their legs, you know. We used to go ahead with the horses and beat the snow down with the shovels.
Usually the winter wasn't so bad when it was drifting, but in spring,
Yeah.
so it was a lot of snow. Then you had trouble with horses because they'd break through that hard packed snow.
They used to laugh when we moved to Thorpe there.
Then we'd drive them into the ditch or something
Yeah.
where it wasn't packed.
When we had a car, and when it snowed and drifted, the roads shut.
Model E.
Neighbors all laughed because only Frank is gonna get through because he's got all those kids to push.
Model E. Yeah, no Model E then.
Yeah,
was
and the
it?
sinkholes,
13,
you
wasn't
know,
it?
in the spring, the sinkholes that road right by church, there was such a sinkholes, and you had to drive just to stay on top. And then one time, on the other side, Father Pekarsky sitting there, and he's laughing the way he made it.
I had to get through, I had that old damn pedal truck and we just, I gunned it and bounced from one side to the other.
Hang on, he says.
Hang on, mother, and the way we plowed through that damn thing there.
And he's sitting there laughing, waiting until we got
And the
it
church
close.
was right next there.
I remember working almost all night on digging out that, my cousin Carl Choker was there, he had a milk truck.
Oh,
It was a ton and a half, looks not a big. And he wanted to go to dance to Ballinger there. And we all did the truck by that white bird cheese site there, south of Mitterhofer.
Mhm.
And we figured we were thinking a bunch of girls and guys got together there and said, let's go to Ballinger to a dance there. They were having a dance. So we were trying to figure out which road to take. And we figured, well, going straight north to Mitterhofer and county line,
County line, yeah.
that would be the best. But when we got by my grandpa's, which is about a half a mile from there, there was a big hill. And he couldn't make that hill.
Snow.
All of us pushing up that hill, yeah,
Snow.
shoveling and pushing it there. Then he'd back down, you know, all the way on the stretch through the swamp, you know, the level stretch. And then he done that, you know, it didn't have any speed. This was a truck.
Yeah.
So
Wait.
it wasn't picking up any speed on snow.
Everybody should have gotten the
Of
bag.
course, each time we went a little further,
Much.
we got tired of shoveling. But my uncle was with us, and this was my grandpa there.
Got the team, huh?
And they had a team, yeah, of horses. He said, I got a good horse. Let's try one of our horses, see. But you know, grandpa, if he ever heard that we took a, that
Here's one of his horses that had to pull that.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, we quietly went to the barn and harnessed the horse and got him to pull that truck up that hill. And that horse pulled it up.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
Found it dead the next
Wow.
morning.
Well, you know, when
Oh.
Al was born,
I know you went to Ballinger.
Yeah.
Our neighbor, George
got
Schmidt,
that.
had to take
No
us to the
tax,
main
because
road there.
Nobody
The
was
doctor
there.
said, if you can get out to the main road, then you can get to the hospital. And Dale was born, it was so windy, took the roofs off the barn. The Vichowski had to hang on to the tree that our neighbor across the road, the wind was going to take him.
You know, at Al Chokish's wedding, they had it at by Shigaski's on the farm. And I stood up at that wedding with his sister, with Adelaide. And it was in the spring, I thought, or something in the May. Yeah, it had
Was
to
it
be
that
in April.
muddy,
Oh, that son of a gun was muddy.
Sinkholes in the
In,
roads.
in the road there, and by gosh, you know, I had a tuxedo on when for the wedding and come with, and the folks says, well, we better be going home. And it was, I don't know, time. I had to dance up in the barn, you know. So, I didn't know. I said, well, yeah, let's go. So I got in that old Chevy, it was a 36, I think. I go, but then I got stuck halfway between the house and the road. So I went down those Standish because he said it.
You never picked up my sister either.
What?
You
We were supposed to pick her up.
And take her home?
or something.
I don't know. She's still waiting there? Holy gosh! But anyway, you got stuck there and I went in the barn and harnessed that horses with a tuxedo on. That's the first time, man.
Anyway, Al finally got out and got her from, I don't know, from town or someplace.
Oh.
Because I wasn't to that wedding because I was in the city here already.
Oh, jeepers.
That's funny.
And I remember Adelaide saying, boy, was it
Yeah,
mud.
Oh, that
You
was-
were getting stuck, you couldn't get through, and
Yeah,
everything was muddy. It was a mess.
Yeah, years ago they didn't have the roads plowed or any, I mean,
She's waiting for you up in heaven. She died already.
She's got your number.
I was scared of girls anyway.
sure,
You too?
sure.
Why? Because he takes after me.
Yeah, I tell you.
I don't know how you even managed that from her description.
Yeah.
How easy,
How kind of wedding did you have?
very good. That was not fun. That was the only thing,
Because so maybe a lot of people around there probably walk.
no, they were there all right, it seemed. But anyway, Mrs. Shigaski wasn't feeling too good. She had half a heart attack that night.
Well,
They were all there, and mother and went over there. She was pretty heavy. I think she had a little trouble there with her.
But like years ago, trashing anyway, how hot it is, and you cooked everything, no
On a kitchen
fans or
stove.
nothing. How you cooked for all them people, man.
18, 20 guys.
I
on the
baked
kitchen.
some pies one time for those men.
I did too.
18,
But
20.
the crust was so
20.
hard, I told them they'll have to use an axe.
on a wood stove, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, wood
yeah.
stove and canning,
Oh.
everything, you know, that was
Oh,
so
you're
hot, you
right.
just open all the windows and that's
Yeah,
it.
you did the
Potatoes.
clothes with the washboards.
Mhm.
I remember Ma did it out in Colorado with that washboard.
Yeah, but not too much.
So out there we
Ma
had,
did, I remember Ma. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
finally
Ma
they got-
did, yeah.
They got that ringer where you clamped it onto the wash
Yeah.
tub.
Yeah, a
I
couple
got
of them
a couple
upstairs.
Then you had to have one of the kids come
Thank you.
and turn
we
it.
got a couple.
That's what I was just telling you about, but that's when Grandpa come and they had a wash machine coming to that, to show how it works. And here Grandpa was coming with Sister Hippolyta. And she was such
I
a
remember
you
that
know,
wash
dog.
machine,
Yeah,
but I
and she
don't
came there
remember
and she
her.
looked in every corner to see if the house was clean. in every
This was
corner.
that pa's
And
aunt that was a nun.
But isn't that funny that ringer was clamped to the wooden top?
Yeah, I got a couple of them up
You
here.
got a couple of
Woody Hamels, you wanted to buy them because that's really good for
Well,
cleaning
they're
fish.
on-
In one of these
Modern house,
magazines,
you know.
I tore that picture out.
They
It
had a
shows one of the
modern
ringers
outfit,
in
you
the
know,
back
where
room,
they-
you know, fixed.
where
I'm
they
standing
had
a
those,
ledge like that and
that
standing on
rack
the
where you
top,
put
so
one
I'm
top
gonna
on
do
this
that.
side, one
Yeah.
top on
Fix it
this
up
side,
And a
do
ringer.
stand by my
and
top.
a ringer in the
Mhm.
middle.
And
See,
the
it
center.
wasn't clamped to any tub, it was,
Mhm.
it was.
On a stand like
On a
that.
stand,
Yeah.
like, see? And see, you could crank those clothes from one tub
Crank them, yeah.
Soapy, out of the soapy water.
Put them into the rinse
Put it in the
water.
rinse water.
And put the bluing in there. My mother
Yeah,
used to use
yeah,
bluing and different things.
To make it
Elsa
white.
had one of those old time things, that you turn by hand, those 2 tubs. She had, I don't know if she sold it yet or not.
Like your mother had an old washing machine. It was a round one, so on legs, and she had a handle. She'd go back and forth with that handle.
We never had that.
Yeah, and it had like an old round off of there, just like a cow's udder, 4 prongs sticking out about that long. That would go on the clothes, and she'd go wishy washy. That thing would go wishy washy.
We saw someplace some old wash down that was something like that.
Then after a while, Dad got another one, a newer one, the Maytag, and that one we used to use for a water trough for the calves. Wish I had the damn thing today. That thing would be worth $1,000.
Yeah.
Of course, when I was leaving home already, they got
My
that
blue coffee pot in there?
Yeah.
The home
With
set.
the
I says, how much would you, she had one in there. I
you
said, I
step
got
on
one
the
just
old
like
thing, just like a motorcycle starter.
you want to sell it? I said, well, how much would you give me for it? $60. I says, when I need the money, I'll sell it. Or if you sell the
What?
other one. That blue coffee pot, she
Oh
wants
yeah,
to give
that
me
little
$60.
blue coffee pot up on top of the stove.
Oh,
The little
really?
coffee pot.
$60.
Oh my
That's-
feet.
Oh my gosh.
Make
I'm
that-
getting tired.
Your body is getting tired. You better go
My
bed.
eyeballs don't even want to stay.
Where you going?
Yeah,
Go.
let's see the 60 bucker.
No, you got $60.
That's, isn't that something?
60
She's
bucks.
got one just like that. I don't know if she sold it yet. And she says, I'll give you $60 for this.
Oh, that's neat.
That's what they used to make coffee in. Put the grounds in,
And
in
so
a
just say,
bag.
don't sell it. Put it like this and put them weed flowers in there.
Oh, you can't sell that.
Yeah, but didn't it have a thing in there?
Not
this
this.
one, not this
Oh,
one.
This one just
That's yet, no.
boiled up. Mother used to have
Look
the
how
big
dusty
ones.
it is.
And make
On the
coffee
thrashing
and
crew, she had a
pies,
big one
I
like
put
that.
an old shoe in when I went to work from Chicago.
Yeah, oh, that's old. She had one just like
Yeah,
that.
they had dishes like this.
Oh yeah, the cups.
Cups,
Mhm.
yeah.
Plates too.
Yeah.
Made in Taiwan, I'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't last long.
Don't it say where it's made?
No, not this one.
I don't think they ever did that. Wow, didn't
Well, I got
Sometimes you
a
get it
sugar
stamped.
bowl, a silver sugar bowl that Aunt Sue gave me. And then on the bottom it says made in Warszawa, Poland.
Oh, is that right? Oh, I don't see nothing on that. Nothing at all.
And those things,
Probably
No
wore off.
numbers or nothing.
Probably wore off by that
I
time.
know these things, they chip.
Yeah, and then they wear through.
They chip
Oh, yeah.
inside and
Makes-
outside.
Oh,
All
inside
that,
too?
yeah.
And it will get a hole through it.
And then it rusted out. It didn't
Yeah.
take long, it would rust out. See, so they had little patches.
Yeah, patches. You
Oh,
could-
really?
Little screw there and two cork washers like and steel washers that held it. You patch your holes. A lot of times, we had to do.
I know they used to do
I
it for
think
washrooms.
Ann
when they
has
got
some
those.
patch.
I
Yeah.
think she's got some of those patches.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really something.
Well,
Did you find it
There's
missing?
a lot
It
of
wasn't
stuff
us.
around here. We got a lot of
We
stuff.
even got a round, it's about that thick, round mouse trap with 3 of them on there.
Yeah, old time mouse trap. Where they'd stick your head into everything. That thing would come out and whap 'em. And then we got
Old
an old
matchbox.
scale there, and then there's a
Matchbox and a powder horn.
powder horn up on them. We found it way up on top.
Oh.
And one was made out of a cow's horn.
Yeah.
And then the other one is a brass one,
I
Do
got the
do you know
corn
why
stuff that
why
I
they
used
made
to
it out of
stuff. Sausage.
Yeah, I remember
got
that.
cow's horn?
Yeah.
Why was it made that way?
The
I
what?
don't. What? Oh, so you could tip it into the rifle.
No.
What?
It was made because when they put the powder in that horn,
Yeah.
that horn never got damp.
Oh, that could be too. I'll bet
It's
you.
always dry.
The horn.
The horn will not,
See, they used to cut the horns off the cows
Sweat.
and use them for stuffing sausage.
if you
The
come
horn?
in the
Yeah.
house
Oh,
and go
the-
out.
yeah, okay.
At the
winter
pack
time
it through.
especially, you take a glass and you go
Right,
outside or and come in, it starts sweating. Well, the powder horn does not do that. You come in the house, that powder horn will keep
Dry.
dry.
That's what they say. Keep your powder dry. How about that?
That's where that phrase comes from.
I'll go roll that back. so you
Then
can
there
see what
is pant stretchers stuff there too.
Oh,
Set of pant stretchers.
That's where the board.
An old scale, you know, that with the weights balancing deals up there.
It isn't up here anymore.
Oh, yes, it is up
It
there,
is?
yes, sir.
I thought you took it up in the barn.
Oh, no, not
Oh,
that. Oh, that other scale, that's up there, that's a platform scale.
Oh, yeah,
This
the
is
platform.
a-
Oh, this is the
This is
other
a little
one,
beam
yeah.
scale, you know, as you.
Butter churn,
The old butter churns that you
big
turn,
barrel, then you turn.
Yeah, we don't.
and then there's a boom boom with a
The other
stick.
with that crock.
That's your made butter like that.
Oh yeah, we used to make butter here.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Shaking the jar.
Shake the jar.
One time
Kept shaking the jar, all of a sudden, boom, there it was.
Butter right
One-
there. yeah.
Butter.
One
Yeah.
time they
When we had a
milk
cow,
strike,
see,
see,
we picked the
and we
cream.
had to separate it.
When you have whipping cream,
So we
you
had,
whip
you
it
know,
and
like,
cream,
have a
when the
piano
whippets go on.
Yeah, otherwise it turns to butter.
Yeah.
Butter?
Mm-hmm.
So Pop
All of a
made
sudden,
a
it's
disc
solid.
Yeah.
Just like
that
that.
fit through the, you know, through that hole
Mm-hmm.
with 4 holes. You drilled some holes in it in the disc and put a handle on it.
Bang away, huh?
And I had to go there and put a cap over that hole, so with the,
Mm-hmm.
and I was banging away that milk there. And one time I'm banging away for about 2 hours there.
No cream. I mean, no butter.
And it just it got like sour. That's it.
Oh.
It wouldn't clump, see.
We used to have a
But you know, Ma thought to herself, I'm gonna throw some more water in there.
That's right. That's it.
And when she warmed that up a little bit,
It didn't take long.
stuck together. I just did it
Yeah.
a few times and it stuck together.
We used to sour milk.
See, it wouldn't stick
We used
together.
to sour milk, and then it got real thick, and then we ate it like that with fried potatoes. Did that taste
It's
good?
just like sour cream today, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
did you ever
good.
eat that sour cream?
Grandma used to eat
Sour
that
cream with
sour
potatoes?
milk, and
Oh, I didn't know
liked
you
it.
could.
I got a bellyache, and I'd run to the outhouse.
But you know, we
I
had a
like
butter
that.
churn, it was a square crock, about that square,
but I
that
like
height,
sour
and it
cream.
had the 4 little paddles in there, and you
Yeah.
turn it, and turn it, and turn it. And we had that, son of a gun made a lot of butter. And then finally we used to, somebody mentioned or something, we set it on the stove for a little while and warm that up. And boy, it didn't take long, she'd be butter.
We
If
make
it's
a
a
lot
rough
of cottage
temperature,
cheese
it'll be,
ourselves.
it takes about 5 minutes.
Jeez, and then she
Make butter, whipped
paddle that
cream.
stuff out and make regular squares, you know, for butter. Yeah.
If
She'd
it's
cook
right
with butter
temperature,
instead
that's
of
how
lard.
fast it goes. If it's too cold or too warm,
See, you
takes
got
longer.
the right temperature, I imagine that's what it was.
And how we used to can
one time I take
8,000
a,
9,000
Yeah,
quarts a
not
year.
oh,
we
1,000.
had a quart of
Yeah,
cream.
we
Not
can
9,000,
And
but
by the
meat
time we
and,
used it, half of it was, half of it
Vegetables
used
we
out.
can on it, and you know
Yeah,
that, you
that
gotta
has
cook
that
it 3
sour.
hours on
Yeah.
in an open kettle.
I opened
I
it,
mean,
said,
in a
"Yeah,
hot water bath.
You know,
yeah, well, it smells from your way and
I
stuff.
can't 100
but I figured, well, let's see if I can
This
make
year?
water.
Uh-huh.
So I take that
Oh.
jar, put the cap on there, and I'm shaking
25
it.
quart
It took about 5
bazaar,
minutes.
And Bowie,
and
I
I
got
got
butter.
runs to
Yeah.
me.
And I washed it out, you know,
Three,
cleaned all that buttermilk out of there, made it nice.
But the rest I
And I
freeze. I like
smelled
to
it.
freeze
Yes.
vegetables.
Sweet.
Yeah, I do too.
Took all the stink out of it and everything.
But
Real good butter.
and that buttermilk, my dad used to always like cool
It's only
buttermilk.
10:15, and I'm
Very
thinking
good,
it's so late.
that buttermilk stout anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to make mine.
Yeah,
You better go bed, Bart.
You ready?
Yeah,
Yes,
go ahead.
we'll have to.
yeah, you can
Now,
shut
when you
that
get to
off.
our age, you know what it means to.
I know, when you get your age.
Your age.
Oh, yeah.
What time did you get up this morning?
Oh,
5:30?
And you gotta get up early tomorrow?
oh, that's right, I was up early.
Yeah,
Oh,
5:30,
that's
yeah.
why.
For
Where'd you go?
mass.
Oh,
To mass.
where?
Today's Sunday.
Oh, well, we're gonna.
Our Lady of
Oh.
Lourdes, our.
We don't have it.
Where-
How come they
what
didn't
do
do
we?
mass like that?
Let's see, I gotta stop
No,
it
they,
here.
we only have
I think I gotta stop it. Let's see.
Yeah.
And there's 4 of us that are gonna use it.
It wasn't even on record. Just kidding. Just kidding.
We got 2.
All right, what take is it? September what?
September no, August 31st.
Oh, okay, August 31st.
Today?
No, September 1st.
No, it's the
September
first.
All right, we're
September
gonna sign
1st.
on off of here. September